Okay, good morning and thank you for being here. I'm Ghassan Chahine. My Twitter is @GUSC. I'm going today to demo Windows 8 and some of the new features of Windows 8. Plus, I'm going to demo some Lebanese apps that are available on the Windows 8 store. As you can see, this is the start screen. It is full of live tiles. Windows 8 has been reimagined from the chipset to the user experience. Everything is on Windows 8 is new. This is the start screen where you can see all these live tiles. All the applications are alive and are being updated without going into the application itself. Okay, so, and you can move easily from one application to the other. I have divided my start screen into sections where I can name some of the sections. Let's say this is, I'm gonna call it news apps. I can put them into, organize them into categories. Then I can move from one application to the other and always being updated around the latest news available in this section. I'm able to move from one application to the other by swiping my hand from the left and the right. Okay, these are the opened application. And then I use my right thumb to be able to use the charm. The charm is your champ or your guy inside any application. So let's start by the first Lebanese application, let's say An-Nahar newspaper. If you see An-Nahar newspaper on another platform, it is different, it has different design. This design is specialized for Windows 8. So this is called the Windows 8 Modern UI, where you can see here the latest news coming from An-Nahar newspaper with the main manchette, if we can say, and the main news. Then you have the latest news coming into tiles. You can see a lot of tiles in the entire Windows 8. And I'm able to search any keyword within An-Nahar without going to a search box. I just open the charm and press and type search, or either I can share through social media. So if I open one news and I'm able to share it live on Facebook or send it by mail or on Twitter without opening, copying and pasting a URL and all this mess. I'm gonna move to another application which is nice. Who skis here? Okay, good. So this is a nice application for you, which is called Skylab. Skylab keeps you updated around the skiing in Lebanon. So this application is directly connected to the Skylab servers, the skylab.com servers, and you are being updated regarding all the slopes in Lebanon, and you have Faraya, the Cedars, and La'lu. Another nice app, which is also Lorient Le Jour. If you open also Lorient Le Jour on another platform, it has different design. So all the apps that are available on Windows 8 are compliant to the Windows 8 style. Okay. Another application, which is also created in Lebanon, is this application. I'm sure you know all of you know about Mafi Mitlo. So this guy.
شو ألفونس؟
Okay,
ما عم
so
تشرب قهوة؟
I don't have sound here.
ما بشرب قهوة مسيو لبيب. أنا بس
So,
باكل بسكوي.
Alphonse.
انكسر بسكوي.
Okay.
انكسرت لأنك عم تاكلها. مسيو لبيب فيني أشرب حليب. تشرب حليب.
Okay, so this is also an app that is only available on Windows 8. Another nice app which is specialized for Lebanon is this app where it gathers. It's called Lab Minute and only available on Windows 8. It gathers applications or gather news from all news sources in Lebanon and put them into one application. So you don't have to move from one website to the other. It gathers everything in one application. So that's it mainly for me. I will leave the floor to my colleague Goksin to take you more into Microsoft's strategy around building applications on Windows 8 and make use of our platform. Thank you.
Windows 8 is coming and it's huge. So, who's not using Windows 8 here? Who's not using Windows? That's a big crowd. Good. So it's coming to affect all our lives. I'm just going to talk about what are we expecting today and the days following today. So I'll talk about devices and services, which is Microsoft. Microsoft is a devices and services company. We'll be focusing everything on our applications, your applications, the devices that are coming up, and the services that are putting all of them together. Then I'll be talking about a single day in our lives, how we use all these devices and how we're going to be using all of them. And last but not least, the opportunities that are coming for it, basically for developers at this point. So how about devices? I mean, you see a number of devices here. Basically, this is the way I work. I mean, I just like don't put the things like this busy on my desk. But what I do is when I come to work, I put my PC on the side. I connect my keyboard on the screen. I only use that one, the PC, when I want to draw or like want to do something like that. Otherwise, at work, what do? I do Outlook, Excel. I do a little programming now because I'm by age not programming that much. But that said, I try to connect all of them together. So when we look at the landscape, this is basically research that's done, worldwide. And when we say worldwide, honestly, it's like primarily US. But many people use their own technology at work. So if you like to, use a certain application, a certain device, you bring it to work. And you love to work with that device or that application or that technology, not the one that your company imposes on you. And the companies actually embrace this idea because it increases productivity. Second, cloud. All of these devices are currently connected. I'm connected to the cloud. Many of my files are on the cloud. I use my phone here. All my files are on either the cloud, Azure, or some other place. So what happens when I lose this device or break it, or it just goes away, I buy a new one and start where I was left. And this one is going to bring a huge opportunity. I'll talk about the numbers later on a little bit more. The cloud computing at this point is very important for the devices. We're talking about not like hardware devices. We're talking about connected devices. And this is a bigger wave than the IT revolution. So the IT pace is at a certain point. They just all give the example of how much a car will be, how cheaper a car would be like today if it was at the same pace they will give with the computers and things like that. When you look at the cloud technology, it is moving 4 times faster than the IT industry. So every 6 months, the cloud penetration is doubling. Of course, there is a saturation point on this one, which is like the number of devices. But until this time, this is the big opportunity. This is going to be going like where is at the point today, maybe to 100 times more in the next 6-7 years. So also the applications. If you look at the applications, you see from 5-6 years ago, would you be thinking about 500,000 applications available for your device? You would just be thinking there'll be some applications, I'll be lucky if I find one. And I'm quite lucky to have this fuzzy voice. It just gives me the opportunity to create some, icebreaker. And seriously, somebody's drilling, back of the stage there. Maybe he'll be coming out of this screen in 5 minutes. So anyway, can it be because of this? No. Okay, whatever. So, these applications are moving really fast. And they all are on the cloud. So, when you look at the devices, we see that there's a huge wave starting in the early 2000s. The devices started penetrating into our lives more and more every day. And by the year 2020, we will have 50 billion devices. That's like, you know, everybody will have 10 devices kind of a number. And this is serious. And it's not like, you know, something that we hope. It is what really is happening. So when we look at that one, that this revolution comes basically with mobile phones. In the year 2002, the mobile phones, number of mobile phones, passed the number of landlines. That was the first tipping point. And after that, there was like, you know, the number of phones started increasing. Because people don't use their phones just to talk. They use it for everything. One of the most charming examples that I think is what Africa is using. It is Africa who started telco payment because they didn't have online banking. They had phones. So by SMS and everything, they were able to pay everything. You know, they were able to buy, they were able to use. They don't have credit cards, but they have phones. Yeah, and it was great. That brings some issues. You know, telco becomes your banks, and you know they don't give you statements and things like that. But it's practical. People use it, and it's just spreading around the world now. Moving forward, when you look at people, you know, people like us, we can't leave our phones at home when we go to the office. We have to use it. This is basically not just a communication device. This is our work, not our like work, but our life work. If you don't have the phone, we can reach our kid, our wives, you know, our family, or finalize something when we're driving. Further on, the last thing that I want to say is, again, about the numbers. In 2008, the devices connected to the internet was more than the number of people living on Earth. So, you know, this, I think, puts some significant context in there. And by the end of this year, we're expecting 90% of the devices to be connected to some sort of a cloud. So the connectivity is in here, and I already talked about the cloud computing growing 4 times faster than information technology. I just want to talk about this picture. This is, I think, I don't know, maybe 6 months or something. It's changing. But this is basically the tablet usage. This is how we use our tablets, like, let's say 6 months ago. The time that we use our tablets is basically concentrated at the times between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. So that's what we do. We watch TV. We just do use, you know, visit social sites, watch movies and things like that. What needs to happen, and what's really happening with this pace, is these times are coming up. So the devices are becoming part of our day life as well. Not just for entertainment, not just for watching or socializing and things like that. So it comes into our lives. What I do, for example, this is a nice video I just want to show to you. But before that, I just want to give an example from my life. Yes, I do watch movies. I do watch TV. When I go home, I go ahead and, you know, try to turn on the television on our living room. But usually our, you know, 4-year-old kid has hegemonized that TV. So I just, you know, try to find something on my computer, watch some movies, go to some other channels, try to watch all of these. And when I wake up, I keep using my laptop as well. This is my favorite application. I live in Istanbul, and I have to go from here to there. And this is a mission-critical application for me. It shows me the traffic. Not only the traffic, and it also shows me some of the passages as well. You see, this is heaven for Istanbul. Like, you know, you can just go past the bridge like in 5 minutes instead of 1 hour. What is the opportunity for us? It's about developing for Windows 8 phone, Windows 8, and all other connected devices. Now, our most advanced technical guys will be talking about how we're going to do those. But Microsoft brings you basically a number of great opportunities. First of all, your cloud design point is enabling you to put all your applications backend on the cloud. And don't even think about that infrastructure. Deployment choices are there. You can just do like a private cloud, public cloud, on-premises application, or a hybrid application of all of those. You can use any platform you want. If you're a Django developer, use Django. PHP, go ahead and use PHP. Code Node.js, use that one. Java it is. Just do your application, put it on the cloud. Don't think about locking yourself into a certain kind of technology. And comes monetizing your application. Do you want to be like one of those 500,000 applications, or do you want to be on the top? One of the biggest opportunities is Windows 8 is new. And the pace we're increasing is a record-breaking pace. In December, there were like, I think, 60 million licenses sold. And this brings a lot of opportunities. There are not a lot of applications in there, so your application will most likely be one of the top applications on its category, which brings the monetization opportunities in here as well. Then, all you have to do is to keep your users engaged on these applications. When we look at how things are developing, people are spending more time on the applications than the browser. Who has tablets here? Any kind of tablets? Do you do a lot of browsing, or do you do applications? Do you do less browsing than you were doing when you had your non-tablet devices? Just, you don't have to answer it right now. But that's the thing. Applications are getting more and more attention because they are directed, they're to the point, and they give you what exactly you want. You just don't have to type and stuff. Then you have to put your applications on the ad. And when you look at the monetization structure, you see that subscriptions are going down. Advertising actually is going up, but not really, really fast. Application purchase revenues are also going down. The thing that is really increasing at a high pace is in-app purchasing. Monetization through not just advertisement, this, that, and everything, but giving the people what they really want inside that application. If it's a game, give something related to the game. So, I mean, this has been there for years. Comes a movie, and comes all the toys, right? That's in-movie purchasing. This is in-app purchasing. I think I'm a little out of time. So a couple of things. In-app advertisement is expected to be growing 40% by the year 2015, which is like 8 times more than the regular advertisement growth. So that's where the money is. There are a few examples, of the apps making revenue. This is basically, worldwide, and there are some applications from Lebanon as well. I'm not going to go into details. This is like a daily revenue that one application is making. And that basically ends my part. Would love to get some questions, if any. Yes, sir? I don't have that number right now, but it's really increasing very fast. For example, Windows 8 has launched in Turkey. I live in Turkey, so I really know about that. Is one of the fastest. I think it's just the share is growing really fast. I mean, actually much faster than expected. So it's getting a buy-in.
As a developer, taking the decision to develop this application for Windows 8, we would need more than this. We would need you to tell us that there is a market there.
That is quite correct. I would challenge this a little bit. You're right. The question is, if there is no market share, why should we develop for that? I would say you would develop for a certain technology if it's growing fast. I mean, it's the common saying in the market, in the financial markets. You buy the rumor and sell the trend. When it becomes like a saturated market with, maximum market share, there are like hundreds of thousands of players in that game. And when you see that trend going up and then invest in there, you'll be the one who's getting the creme de la creme out of that move. So I would say Windows Phone is moving fast. Windows 8, there's a significant user base. So go ahead and invest. You won't lose. Yes, sir. That is something that's coming up. Co-development for Windows 8 and Windows Phone is something that we're very much focusing on. There are a number of articles that you can find, and we can just also give you the references. So the thing is going to be, you're just going to be developing. For example, if you develop for XAML, basically what you will need to do at the end of the day is to change the form factor for Windows 8 and Windows Phone, and then comes your application.
Sorry, my question is, the store, will it be the same?
The store. It's really early to say that one. The question is the store going to be same for Windows 8 and Windows Phone? That is not a quite technical thing. It's a market thing. So my opinion, yes, I would love to see it that way, but it's the market who's going to decide if they're going to be one single store or two different stores. How does Microsoft take from in-app purchase? Currently, I do not have too much details on that one. There might be different things, but the usual thing is there's a threshold. Up to that threshold, it's 70%, 30%. After that threshold, it becomes 80%, 20%. Okay? After $25,000. Okay? Thank you very much. More questions? Let's just get it at the end. Let's give our speakers a chance. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Goksin. Thanks a lot, Ghassan. We saw the trend, so how Windows 8 and how cloud devices are working on. And right now we will see the development part of this thing. So I just wanted to see how many developers are in the room right now. Cool. How many .NET developers are in the room right now? Nice. So I just wanted to see also the designers. How many designers in the room? One. Okay, so because I just wanted to change my topics and change my priorities because of that. So my name is Ibrahim Kivanc, and I'm working as a technical evangelist in Middle East and Africa, Microsoft team. And this is my Twitter address. If you have any question after this session, you can ask anything from there. So today, basically, I will talk about, we saw the user experience side of Windows 8, and we will talk about how can we implement this user experience into our application. At the same time, I will talk about the new architecture on Windows 8. We have a new interface right now, and also we will talk about development time. All demo will be on the XAML and C#. Like during the session, you can ask any question. And I will share this deck with you. You can find every single detail from here, like all development tools, all the SDKs. And there are like the 200 samples, which is so important. Please go there and check it. Every single Windows 8 feature is there. Like if you wanted to implement LiveTile, go there and check it. And also we will see in the demo. And you can find the SDKs like the Bing Map integration and other things. So this is so useful. And also we have hands-on labs, like which is helping you adding all features step by step. You can find it as well. So like again, if you cannot find the link, so please let me know through the Twitter. I can share the link with you. So nowadays we have some application, desktop application, which is using this how can I say, the UI, which is really hard. But basically we just wanted to see only this content because this is the last update. But as a time being, as a being of the general architecture, general structure of the application, there are some text box, there are extra buttons like the adding new fields. So this is really hard to see in the only application. This is really hard to focus on that. Like if we will remove some the borders of it, and if we just wanted to focus on only content, so what will we do is the next step is our new modern user interface. The content is at the focus, and every single user, when they open your app, they will go to your content first. If you wanted to add extra things, extra comments, we have application bar. You can hide there and you can use it. And for example, if you wanted to search something else, or if you wanted to share something, we are using charms for that. So basically, I just wanted to show you 4 different applications which is using the same silhouette. We have a design guidance which is providing the best user experience to users. And if you will follow these rules, like the gapping between from the left side, like the gapping from the top side, your application will be will providing the same experience to users, and users will be familiar to your application as well. And this is for the treatments. I will pass that again. So we have a motto: the Windows is reimagined. Windows reimagined for the consumers, at the same time reimagined for the developers. We need to take care about it, and we need to implement our application. So I just wanted to basically do the demo with the Visual Studio 2012. So, and also Blend for Visual Studio. The Blend for Visual Studio basically for the designers and for the UI stuff, and the Visual Studio 2012 is for the development. And I just wanted to see how many people in the room are familiar with Visual Studio. Half of it. And in the demo, I will use that, and I will create a new application. We'll show you the basics of it. And here is it, the platform, the architecture. We have a new Windows 8. Around 100,000 lines of code has been rewritten. So this means this is not an update. This is a completely new product, because the touch. These devices are touch enabled, and also I have a Lenovo Yoga. I can show you after the session during the break. You can see that there are really huge, amazing the design factors and the form factors. You will see that. We have existing Windows the core. What we have with the Windows 7. Every single application runs on Windows 7 will run on Windows 8 too. So there won't be any problem. Like if it is an HTML JavaScript application, will run on Windows 8 desktop mode. And same thing with the Win32 application, .NET and Silverlight application, all of them will be the same. At the same time, we have a new UI, like we are calling that Windows Store applications. These Windows Store applications are running on WinRT. The WinRT is a new API, like the new system services level, which is providing to developers ready APIs. Like if you wanted to access the camera, you don't have to go to the DLLs or something like that, like the kernel level. You don't have to do that. There are some APIs, you are just calling them, you are just using it. And we will see in the demo, because the next generation, the app development is your ideas. You need to focus on your ideas, you need to focus on your workflow. After that, you will select any feature to implement your application, like push notification. If you want it, you will go there and you will implement in your application. So on the top of it, the languages are just a choice. Like it's all up to your know-how, it's all up to your choice. We have the XAML and C#, C++, Visual Basic, and at the same time we have HTML and JavaScript. I just wanted to mention that thing in here, HTML and JavaScript, HTML5 and CSS3. Important thing is this won't be a cross-platform solution. This will be just a native application which will run as Windows Store app. So, we call them like the Windows Store applications. So, to sum up, so key investments are, we have WinRT, and also Ghassan mentioned that, we have a new application environment like the ARM devices, x86 and x64, we have still same. And after that, we have a new user experience and also store. Goksin mentioned that. So let's do the demo. I just wanted to give a brief. What will I do? I'm interested in photography, and my aim is nowadays creating a new photo application, photo portfolio application, and this will be a kind of hard for me, like the thinking in a different way, like on the desktop app. So I just wanted to create a new application on Windows Store, so which will use Windows 8 features. So I just wanted to show you like the couple of photos what I tagged from the different cities, the different countries. What will I do is, I will collect all these photos in Windows 8 experience. It is all up to our time. And I just wanted to talk about a whole picture. First of all, if I have an idea, what should I do? The first, the wireframing. The wireframing will help me to think about the workflow, think about the steps in my application, the pages in my application. How many of you doing wireframing in your applications? Every developer should do the wireframing. Exactly, which is so important, like in order to see the details, in order to see the workflow in your application, this really helps you a lot. This is really nice because you are saying that I will have a main page. After that, in every city, let's say I will click one of them, then I will go to a group page. Let's say if I click Beirut, I will see the Beirut photos in there. Like if I click any photo there, then I will go to the item detail page. That detail page I will have ability, I will show in the next slide. And also we have new features like the share, search, and also settings. You can easily implement that thing. And also we have a really nice, powerful tool in PowerPoint. You can use that. We call it like the storyboarding, which is available. There are ready templates you can drag and drop in here, and you can see the whole process. Like for example, whenever I open my application, I will see my photos there. Like it's here, like the city names and also the items. Whenever I click any city name, I will go to detail. This is really helping me to how my application will look like. And this is so important. Like if you are working with a team, like if you wanted to share your opinion, if you wanted to share your idea, this is really best way to share it before the going for programming. Then you can implement share as well. After that, you can click an item. Then whenever you click there, you can go to the detail, and also you can see on the map. So which is so cool. We have Bing Maps, and you can easily integrate it. Then after that, we have an application bar, so you can click there and you can go to the full screen view. Then we have a navigation bar. Everything is ready component, and in this demo you will see that. Just first of all, we need to decide which features should be there, and then what will we do is we will pick them into our application. Then there will be a search section as well. Then after that, the next step is the technical planning. Like technical planning, I just select the basic one, the basic class, like the basic custom photo class, like which has some photography properties, photography values, like my URL of my photo, like my title, description, country, and the aperture, like the ISO and the shutter speed. These are so important. Like think about it. This might be your own custom detail for your customer, your product, everything related to your job. So there is a storyboarding section. If you wanted to use it, I strongly suggested to use this thing. So you can find it from here. Like for example, if you are looking for ready start screen, you can drag and drop, and you can change anything. Or if you are looking for some tile, you can check it from here and drag and drop like the different size of it, like the small tile or big tile. This is ready, and this is really helpful for using it. So let's go to the development phase. I just wanted to show you the Visual Studio. And then after that, when we'll have the basic application, we will go to the next level, like the selecting the features, then implementing in our application. So this is the basically Visual Studio. I just wanted to create a new app in here. So let's say, we have different templates. Like you can use these templates in order to bind your existing data, or you can start from scratch. I would prefer like the going from scratch. Like I will call it like ArabNet photo. Then I will create a new folder for that. So let me sit here. I think that would be better. Then what will I do is I will create a new application. Then I have sorry for that. Then what will I do is, I have some assets and I have some images. I will implement this application. And also I have a ready class. I will show you right now. Then I will implement this thing in order to save the time, because we have a time limitation. So I copied this class and into my application. Let me change my namespace, ArabNet photo. And then, I will use this thing. Before going there, I just wanted to show you the Solution Explorer. So I think this would be hard to see that. I will use zoom it. So on the right side, we have Solution Explorer. What is new? Like, we have XAML and C#. If you are familiar with Silverlight, WPF, or Windows Phone development, which is the same development structure in here. Like we have a new user interface markup language. We call it like XAML. XAML is an XML based thing. And then, we have a code behind side of that XAML. Like you can access any object as a vectoral thing in your code behind side. So, and also we have application package manifest, where you can find all details regarding to your app. Like let's say your icons, like your logos, your small logo or store logo. At the same time, if it is like the toast notification capable or not, you will find in here like splash screen, everything related to your application, you will find it from here. And also we have, this is under application UI section. We have capabilities, we have declarations. Let's go there and let's see that. Like for the capabilities helps to you use in your application some capabilities. Like if you will use location GPS, you need to pick here. Like if you will use the webcam, you need to pick this one. Like same thing for if you are developing in line of business application, you need to go here and select checked enterprise applications. So same thing for the declarations. Declarations help to you integrate the Windows 8 operating system features, like the search contract or share contract. We will see in this demo. Like it is so easy. Like if you will integrate this thing on the right side on the chart, like your application will be capable of like the searching something. Like if you will search for Adele, like let's say if I select Internet Explorer, it will go to Internet Explorer and take this parameter and then show the result. Same thing for the music application. Let me go there. Like if I will use the same query and select the music application, again this will take this parameter and show the results in here. And also there is a filtering mechanism as well. I'm showing these features because we can easily integrate into our app, and just in a very easy steps. And also we have packaging. The packaging helps to you identify your application. Especially this is important for the push notifications. I won't cover the push notification right now. Umit will talk about it. Windows Azure has a new service called Azure Mobile Services, which is really useful. You don't have to think about the backend side, so it's already ready. You need to customize it. Umit will talk about that. Go and use it. Like it is available for Windows 8. It is supporting Windows Phone, Android, iOS, and at the same time HTML as well. So he will give the more detail for you. So basically, I just wanted to show you my design place, like the main page XAML. You know, the good thing is developer can work on this project at the same time designers can open this project in a different phase. Let me show you something. Let's say if I will put some button inside of it, like whenever I drag and drop in here, you know, there is a new the button segment is listed in here. Let's say if I will draw some rectangle, you know, I can find it in here. Whenever I find it, you know, it will be listed in here. The good thing is, like, I can change the values from here, and at the same time I can change it from the designer. So what will I do is, you know, I can change the design color in here, and you know, you can give the different thing. You know, developers can work on here. At the same time, we have a new tool called the Blend for Visual Studio. As you know, like if you work with this tool, this former name was Expression Blend, but right now it is for Blend for Visual Studio. It's coming with Visual Studio right now, so which is so you know, looks like the designer tool, right? Like there are some the vectoral things, vectoral drawing tools, and you know, you can draw anything. And the good thing is, whenever you draw something, you can give a name like path, and then after that you can access through your C# code. So let's close this one, and I will go back. I will continue from here, and you know, I don't want to this stuff. So basically I have in here I have a class. So what will I do is I will use this class. You know, as I mentioned before, you know, I have some sorry for that, I have some the properties, and also I have some demo data. So I will show you like some URL addresses, some, you know, description and titles. And after that, you know, this is for my method like called my custom photo list named get all photos I will use in my application. And also at the same time I have a method called get by city. Whenever I search by city name, so I will retrieve the all photo regarding to that city. So let's go to development phase. So first of all, I will copy these images, my photos, into my project, like the copying from here, then passing to Visual Studio. It is already integrated in it. And then, you know, I have some design assets. I just wanted to mention one thing. As you see, like there is a wide logo which is not available in our assets, because you can see the previous whenever you hover that. So there is no wide logo. I will copy all of them, and I will pass in here, and I will replace the existing photos, existing logos. So right now I will have a customized application in here, and also I have a wide logo. Like if you want to add this thing, you need to go to the package manifest, application manifest, and then I will go to application UI, and you know, this is for the logo, the basic one. I will go to wide logo from here, and wide logo I will pass here, and I will type like this. You know, this is already there, and I can use in my application. So let's go to the main page, and you know, if you remember, I have a container at the main page, and I need to drag and drop grid view in order to contain all my data inside of it. And I will log to here, I will log to here. You know, this is just basically a container. What will I do is I will give a name to this one, like the grid view photos. Then after that, I will go back to code behind side in order to retrieve my data, and then after that representing in the page. So whenever my page will be loaded, what will I do is I will create an instance of my class. And also I just wanted to show a really nice feature of Visual Studio. You know, we have lots of data. Like let's say if you change something like this, like the ICA photo item, then you know your type will be changed. And there is a really nice, cool feature I just wanted to tell you. Like, there are lots of details, lots of items there, and if you want to change their items, you can use this one, like the Alt, Shift button, and also mouse. And then you can select multiple row, and at the same time you can write there. This is so useful, right? So at the same time you can use the same thing for like the variables. Like if you have lots of things, copy this thing. Let's say this is just a variable thing. Just copy and just come here and pass. This will automatically pass it. This is useful. So let's change it in here and here as well. So let's go back to our project, and I just wanted to create a new data instance, and I have a grid view. Like, grid view has an item source. Grid view has an item source, and I will bind this data, like get all photos. That's it. I just call the method and I just assign into my data source, item source, and that will be it. I just built the application. Let's see how it will look like. So I will run this application, and then as you see in my application, this is just a custom class. I cannot see the photo, but I just wanted to see that. As you remember, it is just a property of my class. What will I do is I will edit my existing component for that. I have a grid view. I will go to one items detail. Like, in order to do that, it is so easy, and it is a Visual Studio feature right now. You will right click there, edit additional templates, and edit generated items, and click the create. Then when you will click there, let's see that. So it will create a new data template. I will call like data template photo. Like, if you will select this application, this will appear in this app, and not only this page. Like, you can reuse in a different pages as well. So this is just my template. I just wanted to change the size of it. Like, I think this would be nice, and I will put an image inside of it, image component. So here it is. I will put this one. In order to see the preview, let's set one, for example this one, but I just wanted to change its size a bit, and you can preview in here. And for example, if you wanted to change the size of image due to your grid view, you can change it here as well. Like, for example, I will say like this. Then after that, for example, I just want to change the stretch of it. Like, you can fill the photo, or you can change the uniform, or you can change the uniform to fill. I will use this one. This is just so the easy step, but this is just the static one. I just wanted to do it dynamically. In order to do that, I will use binding URL. I have a custom class, I have binded it, but I couldn't present it in my application. Right now I will use this thing, image source binding URL. The binding URL is just binding that property value. So let's build this application and let's run it, how it will look like. Here it is. All photos are here. I can see the details. Like, whenever I just wanted to like click anything, I can see the details. So what else? What can we do? So, and also we have a new we have a search function as well. Before that, let's add a new item like the detail page. Let's see how we can pass an existing custom object to the different page, to another page. So in order to do that, I will create a new detail page. Then after that, what will we do is I will create a search integration, and this is just like so easy steps. So I will select this one, the basic page, and I will call it like the detail page. Here it is. While I'm adding that, I will just try to show you like passing like the title, like the showing the image in a new page, but the bigger size. Then after that, we will be able to show it. So it is adding a new page right now. So by the way, do you have any questions so far? Yes.
In the layout view, when you were drawing the rectangle,
Yeah.
in the layout view, when you were drawing the rectangle, does it snap? Because I know that Windows 8 design style has very specific ratios, you know, where the header is and where the content is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I missed it, but it seemed to me that you were drawing the rectangle randomly and it was not snapping anywhere specific.
Yep, exactly. So right now, I didn't follow the design guidances, just showing the features. But you know, we have some design guidance like 120 pixel to the left side or 140 pixel to the top side. You know, you should follow that thing. Section will be the next step. So there is no ready templates for that. You need to follow them one by one.
Okay.
Like if it will be like the snap on the left side, you know, you should take care about it. You need to do it manually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. So is there any question? So what will we do is, you know, we have a new detail page. So I will use this grid view in order to bind my data, bind my object. And after that, I will bind my title to here, and I will add a new image component in the page as well. Like image component will be here, like this. And then, you know, I can see the preview like this. Again, you know, I will use uniform to fill. So what will I do is, again, I will use the binding. I will use binding URL in here. After that, I will use binding in the title as well. Like right now it is binding from a different source. So I will change it to binding title. This is one of our property in our application. So let's go back, and I just wanted to give the name of this grid because I will assign my data into this grid. So this will be like layout route. That's it. Then I will go to here. You know, in order to pass my data, I will create a new the photo item, my custom photo in here. I will call it like selected photo. Selected photo. Then after that, you know, whenever this page will be loaded, my data, my selected photo will be my layout routes content. You know, we are using data context for that. So data context helps to bind the data, existing data, into a grid view. This is just a single one, not a multiple. We are not using item source. So I'm saying that this is just selected photo. That's it. So, you know, what will we do is we will select any item in here. We will go to next page. In order to do that, you know, we have a new event handler for that. Existing event handler called, let me grid view photo items selection changed. Whenever this, so let me create new. In order to do that, what will I do is, you know, I have a grid view, right? Whenever I select that thing, like I can use selected item in there. The selected item will help me to, you know, cache the data, cache the object. So this will be like my photo item, right? So I will create a new variable. So this will call like the selected P, my selected photo. Then what will I do is, you know, I will go to the next page. I will transfer this data to the next page. So I will create a new detail page. And this detail page will contain my data as well. My selected photo will be my selected P. Then after that, I will use window.current.content to navigate, and this will be my new page. You know, that's just so easy. Let's build it and let's run this application like this. So whenever I click one of them, you know, I will go to detail. Like, you know, this is just so easy. So think about it. I can bind all data inside of it just on one step. So the last thing, what will I do is I will integrate a search inside of it. inside of the application, you will see how easy integrating a new feature into our app. So this will be from here. I will add a new content from here, and I will use search contract. I will select like the search result page. So I just wanted to show you the basic of it. Like this search result page is a normal view. Like there is a title and there is a web view for that. So after that, whenever we search something, let's run this application, let's see that. So we are retrieving the data in there. So let me say like Beirut. You know, this will be handled by here, like with the query tags. So this means if I can put my data into here, my logic into here, I can bind, I can get that result and show the result to user. So this means I will use my existing component in here because I have already defined the data template, my photo template. I will copy this and I will go to here and I will remove the existing one and I will pass my data grid in here. I will save it. What will I do is, you know, I will call my data again. This will be my next step for retrieving the query. So I have the grid view photos inside of it. I have just copy and paste it. So item source will be my data get by city, and you know my parameter will be my this query tags. Whenever I search something in the text, the query search query, so I will retrieve as a result as a query and use it in my method. Then after that I will show the result. So I will build this application and then run this app. Let's say I will call for Istanbul. Then you know I can retrieve the data, I can retrieve the query from the tags from there. I'm using that in my method and I'm showing the results in here. Like same thing for Beirut. You know, this is just so easy, and you know you are just selecting any feature and implementing in your app. And the last thing, I just wanted to show you like the 200 samples. These 200 samples will help you to improve your user experience of your application. Let's say if you wanted to select, if you wanted to integrate any C# or type C# or badges in your application, you can go to here and you can select which parts are needed for your application, and then you can integrate it. Like as I mentioned before, we have very limited time. Like if you have any question, please ask questions through my Twitter address. Please don't hesitate to ask me. So let's say if I just wanted to like send a badge, like if I will select like 89 update, like you know this is just basically an XML output, and it is updating the tile like this. You know, I have some resources for that. I have some recorded calls of mine I can share with you. And the last thing, I will show the camera, and you know you will see how easy to integrate it in here. Then I will give the place to Umit after that. So do you have any questions so far? Like as I mentioned before, every single Windows 8 feature has a sample in that 200 sample package. So please go there and please check it. So for example, this camera sample, which is so useful, like just only a couple of lines of code, and you can use as a dialog. Whenever I click that button, you know it is going to a camera dialog. This is a ready component, ready dialog from the WinRT. You can use it in Windows 8. Like first time it is asking for do I allow or not. So if I select the allow, you know I can see in here, and then you know I can select my photo, and you know there are also some ready the crop sections. You know you can crop your photo like this, and then you know you can save it. whenever you saved it, it is saving that photo in your local storage, and then you can use it. Like, think about the scenario. If you wanted to modify this photo, or if you wanted to add some effect, you can do it right now. So it's all up to you. Same thing for camera. So here is the code. Like, it is just calling the WinRT APIs, like with this thing, camera capture UI, creating an instance for that, setting the ratio for the cropping. Then after that, you know, it is using this method to get the photo. At the same time, you can use video if you select in here. Then, you know, we are binding and showing in our component. So that's all from my side. You know, as I mentioned before, if you have any question, please use my Twitter account, and you know, I would be really happy to help you. So do you have any questions so far while we were changing the presentation? Yep. Really, thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Can you lower the volume a little bit? Hello, my name is Umit Sunar. I'm based in Istanbul and working as a Windows Azure Evangelist in Microsoft. Sorry? Cable is on my face, so is it okay now? Yeah. Okay. Sorry for some technical issues that we are having. It is hard to change speakers during a presentation, so I didn't have time to do any kind of preparations or kind of stuff before checking my presentation. My name is Umit Sunar, and today all topic is about mobile services. We are talking about development of applications and how we can integrate these applications with cloud backend and kind of stuff. You had this question before, but I couldn't see who is Windows Azure. Did anyone here heard about Windows Azure before? Most probably you heard about cloud computing, but generally, people is not aware about Windows Azure, and I will do a very quick demo and presentation. I know I am the last presenter before the lunch, so I don't want you to go, I don't want to take your time. I want to ask you, how many people are developing Windows 8 or Windows Phone 8 applications here? How many people are developing iOS applications? One. Android? Again, better. How many of you has developed HTML application? Okay, so the numbers are not very high, but I'm not sure if you used any framework, any mobile framework or any cloud framework that makes you able to develop Windows 8 applications, Windows Phone 8 applications, Android applications, iOS applications, and HTML applications with only the same SDK and the same cloud backend. Now I will show you the mobile services kind of stuff, but before going this, I just want to show you something, and this is pretty interesting in terms of development. Kivanc has asked to Android and iPhone developers, how long is it taking to develop a mobile application? And the answer is, it is 18 weeks. And 8 weeks is for front-end, which is caching, synchronization, wireframing that Ibrahim talked about, UI design, UI development, and UI polishing. And 10 weeks is about server-side logic, user management, data storage. Again, caching can be both of them. Data integration, push, and versioning kind of stuff. So backend is taking about 10 weeks for each application. I don't mind about the right side of kind of thing, but Boeing is building 1.3 airplanes while you are developing only single application in 18 weeks. So what I will do is, we have about 20 minutes, thanks to the people, they stick to their session time. And in 20 minutes, we will have an application that will run on Windows 8, Windows Phone. It will run also on HTML and HTML stuff and iOS and Android with Facebook authentication and authorization as backend and some very good scripting features. So this is mobile services. We are decreasing this 10 weeks to a couple of hours because you will do some customization, but I will do a very quick demo and it will only take 15 minutes. And let's hope everything will work because we had an internet connection recently. Okay, this is my Windows Azure management portal. If there is an issue, I can show you. But I will go to mobile services directly because due to my limited time, and will directly create a mobile services. It will ask my URL. In cloud, every service has a unique DNS name to create the uniqueness of your service. Mobile services will create SQL Server database for my mobile service without asking any requirements or without requiring any connection to my database. It's asked me about billing question, who will pay the mobile services, and in which region I want to deploy these mobile services. Let's say ArabNet Beirut as mobile service name, and I will put it on North Europe data center. I will create a new SQL database as well, and go to next phase. I'm choosing an existing server. You can notice that this is PPP98 kind of stuff. And I already connected by SQL Server. It is not required, but just connected for showing you that currently there is no database for ArabNet Beirut mobile services on my database server. I will enter the credentials of my database. And mobile services will create a mobile service with Node.js backend. Did anyone heard about Node.js here? Node.js? Okay, what is this? What is it? It is basically, it is launched as an open source project last year, and it is basically server-side JavaScripting, okay? Using Windows Azure, you can host any kind of stuff. You can use PHP, you can use Java, you can use Node.js, you can use Python, you can use .NET, of course. Now I'm waiting for my mobile services to create a database for me, which you can see. Now it has created the database, and it will create the service now. And my service has been created in 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now I will go to my mobile services interface. Basically, we will talk about identity, push, scheduler, data, and kind of stuff. But I will just show you that you can integrate these mobile services with your Windows Store applications, Windows Phone 8 applications, iOS, Android, and HTML. And already, there is an integration for your mobile services. So I will create a to-do item table, which will be reflected in my database through my mobile services. Now I have a to-do item table. This is my first data entity, but I don't care about it. It is currently an empty data table. In the first request that I will do through mobile services will automatically scale and dynamically create a schema that will hold my items. Now I'm downloading the Windows Store application. I'm putting in ArabNet folder in my desktop. And I will name this project as Windows 8 project. And I will also download Windows Phone 8 project without doing anything. I will name this one Windows Phone 8. I have an Android emulator, but it takes too much time, and I don't have too much time. I can show Android as well later. I don't have an iOS device, and I don't have an iOS emulator, so sorry for this. But I will show HTML as well. Now I have 3 projects, and I still didn't change any line of code. I didn't do any line of development, even single one. But I have, I will go to ArabNet folder. I have 3 projects. I'm extracting them. And I will start with Windows Phone 8. This is a ready project for already integrated. You can easily integrate your existing projects as well. It is only taking a couple of minutes, but currently I only have 20 minutes, so I will run this project in the emulator. Maybe if I will have time, I will put it in my phone device as well. The project basically is a to-do item project, to-do item application. It inserts to-do items through mobile services to my database, And as you can see, my database was empty here. Now I will insert a first task here. Mobile services dynamically gets the item and arranges the schema, and I will show you through the database. That my first task is in my database, dynamic schema has worked, and it arranged my database as required. Now, this application is running on my Windows Phone device. Now I will use the same another version of this application, which is created on Windows 8, sorry. And I will start this application as well. As you can see, this application is connected to the same mobile services, and it is collecting the same data. And I will enter the second task from my Windows 8 device. It will be added here. And if I refresh on my Windows Phone, you can see that these two devices, actually one emulator and one Windows Store debugging session, has already connected. Okay, let's do something to show the multi-device features. I am going for the HTML version as well. Then I will focus on extending these mobile services. It is not something that you can use only for single table or kind of stuff. There is a lot more in it. I'm launching I'm launching an IS Express version on my local with an HTML file and application JS file. If you want to see the code of this JS file, it is basically a JavaScript client that creates a mobile service client with the ID of my mobile services and application key. We will talk about in details just after showing this stuff. I think it is running on localhost 8000. Okay, first task, second task. Now I will enter the third task from my web application. As you can see, it is directly reflected to my same service. It is the same for Android and as well iOS. Okay, now I'm closing Windows Phone. I don't need this one. I'm closing the HTML API as well, because I will just focus to extend it on Windows 8. It is faster to develop on Windows 8 because I don't need to go to emulators or kind of stuff. Yes, I want to close this. Now let's extend this one. You don't need to go to your database or kind of stuff. Never, you are forgetting the database structure, and you just focus on your mobile item and mobile services application. Now I will show you how this is happening in mobile services. I'm closing the application. I think this is the phone one. I'm closing this one. I think this is store one. Okay. To integrate your applications, existing applications with mobile services, we are adding a reference, a small reference, which is existing on iOS, Xcode platform, Android as Java platform, and HTML as JavaScript, and Windows 8 and Windows Phone 8 for kind of stuff. Okay, I'm adding a small reference, Windows Mobile Services Managed Client reference here. Then it is basically, I'm creating a mobile service client with the URL of my service and with the application key, API key of my mobile service. This is unique to my application. So it is up to you for creating some authorization or kind of stuff. Then I'm using an entity, which is a to-do item, which is a complete flag and text of data. And I have a to-do item table, which is created using ICE mobile service table interface. And the rest of the code is really simple. It is all about taking the interactivity of the user, updating the stuff, inserting some new code, and kind of stuff. Now I will show you how I can extend these mobile services. First of all, I will show you if you want to authenticate your users. For example, per each data table, You can modify all CRUD applications like insert, update, delete, and permissions in authorization level. For example, if I want to manipulate, insert permission, for example, I don't want to grant application key users to insert something. I just want to insert functionality in my application is available for authenticated users. I will show you how we will authenticate our users in a couple of lines, with a couple of lines of code. But first of all, what I am doing is I will select insert permission level to only authenticated users and read permission to everyone. And I'm saving this authorization level. And I'm going to my application. Now what I will do is, I don't want to distribute this application key with my API key with my application. Now my application is not authorized and not authenticated by any kind of API. So I will try to show you that because I set the read permission to everyone, my application can still pull the data. But when I want to try to, you can see it can easily read the data. But when I try to a new item, my mobile services API directly shows me that this user is unauthorized. I can use a try-catch block to handle this one and show an authentication page or kind of stuff. It's up to you. It is traceable and it is manageable. Now what I will do is, how many people uses Facebook here? Yeah, I just asked this question because I want to see this part. Now I will create a Facebook application and connect this Facebook application authentication provider to my mobile services. Then I will connect my application to my mobile services through Facebook authentication, which will take 1 minute. So I just want your focus a little bit. I'm going to create a new app and name it ArabNet Beirut FB app. I hope it is valid. Then it is valid. This is hard to read. This Santi Note Baran kind of stuff. I'm not sure. Now I have my application. And I can go to my mobile services identity level, but before going there, I will grab my mobile services URL. I will go to identity. Now I will connect my mobile services to my Facebook application just by adding the URL of my mobile services as a website with Facebook login. I'm saving these changes. Now my mobile services is connected to my Facebook application, and what is next? I will connect this Facebook application to my mobile services. I will grab the application ID and will come to identity page of my mobile services. As you can see, you can use all kind of third-party authentication providers, which is Microsoft account, Skype, or Live ID, whatever you name it. Facebook, Twitter, and without any surprise, Google. Okay? I will add this Facebook application ID here and a Facebook application secret key to my mobile services. And now I'm connected my Facebook application with my mobile services. And I need to connect, I'm pressing to save. I need to connect my local application to be able to connect to my mobile services through Facebook authentication. I don't think that it should be so hard, and it is not. I will use a snippet, but don't get afraid of it. This snippet is only 20 lines of code, and most of this code is about creating a mobile service user, an authenticate method, and showing the user the interface. I will add these UI pop-ups. And the good thing is you can integrate every kind of authentication provider that you can use through mobile services with a single line of code. And you can also use all of them if you really like with your application. And what next is I will call this authenticate method when my application starts. Actually, this is all. That's all. Now I have a mobile services application, and you can use the same interface on iOS, Android, HTML, I don't mind. and any kind of stuff. Now I will enter my credentials of my Facebook credentials. So I'm not storing any kind of user data. I'm not storing any kind of user password. So this helps me to store user data, to authenticate my users through third-party providers, and all of them are using Facebook. So I created an application that all of you can use. All of you can customize your application, create some credentials, save your data in the cloud, and kind of stuff. So, and you are not, and Facebook is developing instead of you, forgot password, trouble logging in, help center kind of stuff. So if you're a small startup, you don't need to develop extra services for this. And even if some hacker comes to your service, they can steal any password because you are not storing any password. Because I am logging first time to my Facebook application, basically it is my application and me, but Facebook doesn't recognize me as an owner of the application. It recognizes me as a user. And it asks me that I want to give my basic info to this application, and I'm saying yes. And now I'm logged in through Facebook. As you can remember, I set my insert permission to only authenticated users. Let's insert the fourth task. It should be okay, which is good. That's fine. Now, without closing the application is still open, I will go to mobile services and show you the most useful and most beneficial thing that you can ever imagine in your life for developing a mobile service client. This is a scripting interface for all kind of operation. You can manipulate all kind of CRUD operation, create, read, update, delete, that comes to your mobile services with JavaScript as a Node.js backend. You can even connect to external services. You can collect data from external services. Yeah, 5 minutes is fine for me. You can connect to external services, back up your database, connect to other stuff, which I will show you in a couple of minutes. Let's make something like that. My application is running. I'm logging the item text, which is coming to my mobile services. Then I'm manipulating. This is manipulated by script. And adding the item text as it is. Then logging. I will show the code, maybe it is a little small, just after finalizing the 3 lines block. I just write a console log item, which item, user, or request. I can manipulate all kind of item that comes to my mobile services. I manipulated the content of an item, and I'm still requesting and executing this stuff. I'm saving it. My application is running. I didn't make any changes on my application, even didn't stop and restart it. Now I will enter 5th task. And as you can see, my mobile services is running perfectly. You can cancel, you can decline, you can connect to kind of stuff. We also have push notification. It will take only 3 or 5 minutes of push notification. I may continue after 1 p.m. I don't want to bother your lunch, but I didn't finish. I will show you something really perfect. I made console log kind of stuff in my script. As you can see, 5th task is the first call on my mobile scripting, and I can log any kind of data on my script. Now I will show you a scheduler kind of stuff. It's like a cron job, or it is like a scheduled task, and I will connect to an external service. Just for showing you. I will connect to external IP to location service. You can, for example, take the IP of your users, and while inserting, you can check the username on Twitter, you can check the IP address, you can check other kind of databases. If you want to do some kind of stuff, you can insert, you can push notificate, you can create push notifications through this. How many of them are using push notifications here? Okay, you can create push notifications for Windows push notification service, Apple push notification service, and Google push message, I think, the name of this. All 3 of them are easily usable. I can show this. What this script is doing, it's a JavaScript. I'm getting Node.js request module. This is the IP here. I will connect to freeGeoIP.net and with this IP address, and we'll log the body if internet will work. We'll log the body of the service, of the response of the service in my console. I'm running it once. I could schedule it as well anytime. And I will go to logs again. Hopefully I am waiting for seeing something Lebanon or Beirut or kind of stuff. Service result is Lebanon, Beirut, and these are the locations. So basically you can connect to any kind of service and any other kind of stuff. For push, it will take 5 minutes. I can continue, but you are free to go outside if you want to be here with me for 5 minutes. I will continue, just showing you the last goodie that mobile services offers us. The scalability. You started developing your application with mobile services. Currently, using 10 mobile services is free. You can have 10 mobile services as free, but if your application goes on a level that it is not enough for you, a free mobile service, you can go to reserved mode, and you can scale this application, this mobile service, up to 10 instances of 1 core on 175 gigabyte of memory, which means 10 cores and 75 gigabyte of memory running Node.js, which means basically about 100,000 active user. And as you can see, I only talked 20 minutes, so thank you for resisting me, and I hope it was helpful. For the people, if there will be any people who will stay here, I can show the push notification as well. Do you want me to show you push notification as well? Thank you. Okay, now, going to push notification. I was planning this. This is why I am putting myself at the last part. First of all, the push notification service is running actually on a store, Windows Store, Apple Store, or Google Play. So your application is creating a channel, direct channel to the store, and every notification that is sent to the channel is collected by the applications that is listening to the channel. Now, for the sake of being quick, I will create a Windows Store application, and I will name it ArabNet Windows 8. I don't mind, and I am reserving the app name. The good thing is generally stores gives you the credentials for push notification channel before you are publishing anything, which I didn't publish anything. I just reserved the name, and I have a push notification live ID and kind of stuff. Now I have a package security identifier for Microsoft Store, and I will go. It is pretty identical to identity level. You can go Google Cloud for Google Play, Apple push notification for iPhone, iOS, iPad applications, and I will. Oops, why it is not? Maybe I didn't copy it well. I copy again this one. I'm adding the package SID to my mobile services and the client secret on my Windows application credentials. When I save this, my mobile services can connect to Microsoft Store. And now the third party is I need to connect my application to be able to listen to channels and kind of stuff from Windows push notification service. For this, sorry, I need to close the application, and I will go to application XAML, CS, and we'll add something, a few lines of code, not much. Basically, this is a small block of code that will help people, that will help me, my application, to connect to push channel that is delivered by Windows Store. Now, this is my application can connect to channel, but I need to make some small changes so that my data will be able to be pushed through Windows Notification Store, which I promise it will not take more than 3 or 4 minutes. If you really want to see this, and I will not talk more than 4 minutes. I will add a data member channel here. I can extend my entities, create new entities, and all kind of stuff. And what I will do is, I will add, you can see the existing button save click is this method, and replace it button save click is this method. I'm just adding channel, I am attaching channel to my entity while inserting to reflect the listened channel. Now I am deleting this one, I don't need it. Basically my application level is completely okay to go through push notification system. I only have one thing. I only need to add one thing. I will modify my mobile services insert script so that it will create push notifications for every insert that my users are doing. And the code block is not much. I'm running push Windows notification service, send toast notification to the channel of my item that I'm sending through my mobile service. I am saving this. If we are lucky, then we are done. And then I will continue for 2 more minutes, but nothing technical. I'm running my no, we are not done, because I didn't associate with my application with the store application, which will only take 10 seconds. This is my developer key, and it will list the applications that I registered on the store. There is nothing secret. Up. Now, when I run this code, when I start my application, we add some authentication because we really love our users to create some interactivity with our application, because at the end of the day, we want to monetize our applications. This is my ID. And I will say, please push this to my mobile service. Voila. As you can see, every user that is using my application is now aware of anything and the same thing. So I finalized my presentation, but we'll clean up everything. So these 18 weeks, I made this, I think, a little bit more than 18 minutes, which is cool. I can develop Windows Store applications for iOS, Android, HTML with mobile services, and have lots of features, lots of goodies, and lots of extension possibilities. But this is not only Windows Azure. We have a huge Windows Azure kind of stuff, and mobile services is only one of them. We have virtual machines, websites, computing services, and kind of stuff. Sorry, today I only have 20 minutes, so I can only present this. But just be informed that you can develop with .NET, Java, PHP, Node.js, or Python using Windows Azure services. Also, if you are using virtual machines, you can develop with any kind of code. We have storage and other kind of stuff. So what's next? This is the presentation. If you want to go, this is the presentation URL. And this is Windows Azure Development Kit, Development Info Kit that I created for one pager. This is my Twitter, and this is my email. So if you want to take the picture, I will do like that for better possibility. You can follow our blogs. You can ask questions to me. I have Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and accounts as well. This is the presentation, but I strongly suggest you to go to this Windows Azure Development Info Kit, because I'm putting all kind of resources to there, and I'm always updating this. This is a really resourceful documentation if you want to think about mobile services. 10 mobile services is free, and this is the URL, and I'm finishing it. Okay, thank you.
With developers about the Windows 8 integration with the live account and the login.
Yeah, I didn't show this, but if you are a Windows 8 developer or Windows Phone 8 developer,
I'm not Windows 8 developer, but I know in the community back in Jordan, everyone is facing this problem. How can they integrate the Windows Live authentication within their application without asking the user to re-log in again?
Okay, so I will show you it through my blog. If I am happy, it should be okay. This is all kind of mobile services and lots of stuff that I'm putting here. Yeah, I think the question is this, right? Authenticate your Windows Store app with Live Connect single sign-on. So using mobile services, we can really help on this and solve this issue. Okay? Yep. No worries. Another question? Okay. Who wants to try mobile services after this session? Okay. So I think that was good. Thank you. Thank you, Ghassan.